Hi, I'm HeliXheli with Gas Powered Thoughts. Today I want to introduce you to a new gas helicopter conversion from HeliXheli in Australia. It's called the G700. It's for the Align T-Rex 700 as a donor model. And what you'll find here is it's somewhat unique in terms of conversions. It's got a number of unique features. Let me start off by talking about what you need from the original model. You don't need an entire T-Rex 700. You'll need the canopy, you'll need the rotor head and the basic drivetrain. You'll need the entire tail boom assembly, the fuel tank, and the landing gear. Everything else you'll need is either in the conversion kit or listed in the required parts that you'll see on my build thread. So let's go through some of the unique features that you'll find here on the model, and then a little bit later we'll start to go through a build process. So some of the things that are unique about this, it uses graphite frames. Some of the conversions use that, some don't, but these are very stylish. If you take a look at this, it's got a great shape to it. It's not your typical square frames. This actually looks somewhat like a Mikado in terms of its shape. It's very stylish and very light. It also uses a direct servo control system. Most of the T-Rex models use a bell crank system. This has no bell cranks, even for the tail rotor. Everything's direct control to the servo. It doesn't use the standard T-Rex radio tray, which is sort of a plastic molding that sits in front of the model. This uses a graphite plate that's isolated using dampers, sort of like the Heinzlet uses, and it has plenty of room on it to get everything you'll need. Also, there's a plate on the back of the model for mounting the flybarless sensor, so you can separate it or get it away from the engine vibration. The anti-rotation guide is not the typical T-Rex elevator control mechanism. It uses a cut graphite plate here. One of the required parts is a pin that goes into the swash plate so that you can use this guide. As you can see, it's got a nice shape to it, and it keeps the swash plate from moving at all. Most glow-powered models use gear ratios that aren't appropriate for gas helicopters. So the conversion comes with a custom-made 17-tooth pinion. So running the standard 115-tooth gear, you get a 6-7-6 gear ratio. That's pretty good for gas helicopter performance. Actually, I'd like to have something closer to 7. There may be some available in future kits. For now, 6-7-6 is standard, and it actually works pretty well. Everything you need to mount the engine's included. It does use the Zenoah RC style motor and the clutch system that is typical of the Zenoah RC motor. It's a very robust clutch system, uses a steel bell. The clutch shoes are actually replaceable, unlike most of these where if you burn them up you have to cut the liner out and replace it. The liner's actually on the shoes, and they're not expensive. You can simply replace the shoes. The bell's pretty hard to hurt. The fuel tank is mounted in the rear so you can see it. It's actually at an angle, so it makes sure you get more of the fuel out of it. It also gives it somewhat of a stylish look. Standard canopy mounts. It actually fits pretty well on the model. It looks good. It doesn't look like an afterthought. This model weighs 12 pounds and 1 ounces. For gas conversions, that's actually pretty good. The lightest gas helicopter that I'm aware of that's in production is a little less than 11.5 pounds. So this is heavier than that, but not by a whole lot. So it's actually very good in terms of weight. The graphite and design of the chassis keeps the weight off. As I said earlier, there are some required parts. If you take a look at the build thread, you'll see both the parts that come with the model as well as what you need from the donor kit, as well as additional parts that you're going to need to make this work. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and go to the build thread and get the model built.